just keep it rolling. Yeah. Okay. All right. 1 second. Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbus. My name is Kristen Hartman. My pronouns are she, her, and I have been entrusted with the honor of serving on your board of trustees. I am a tall, white, fat, femme millennial with brown hair and blue eyes. Today I'm wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. Our speakers provide visual descriptions to welcome people with visual impairments and those listening online. We're excited to be in community with you today. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and, if you can, move to a seat in the middle of your section to leave aisle seats open for those with accessibility needs. Thank you. If you're visiting for the first time, please stop by the welcome table to pick up a visitor gift with more information about our community. After the service, look for the Getting to Know UU sign in Beach Hall to learn more. And everyone is welcome to come chat with me or any other board member. There's a lot going on here at First UU. You can see the order of service or this week's announcement email to read more. But we do have a couple special announcements this week. First and foremost, directly after the service, you are invited to join Jacques Angelino from Feed and Read, Ohio, to help package beans for local families in need, many of whom can't access food pantries and are terrified to leave their homes because of ice. As part of this project, you'll find a piece of sticker paper in your order of worship. Please use the markers you picked up at the entry of the church to decorate them by creating art or writing any words of support you can think of, encouragement, kindness, really anything, to brighten the day of the people that Jacques serves. Feel free to work on your sticker throughout service and to drop it off on Beach Hall afterwards. Even if you can't stay and help bag beans, please do write something encouraging on your sticker. Feeding the spiritual and emotional health of families matters just as much as feeding them physically. You're also welcome to see Jacques if you'd like to make a contribution, or if you can be a delivery helper. There's a lot of ways to help. You also have an opportunity today to make signs today in Beach Hall. There's a lot happening for No Kings protests. You'll notice the sign making in Beach Hall because they'll be the guys with the markers and the poster boards. Today, we have 3 more announcements. Monday nights at First UU are for creativity. Join Expressive Collage on the first and third Mondays, or Creative Community, bring your own crafts, on the second and fourth Mondays. Both drop-in groups meet at 7 p.m. in room 301. And this month's expressive worship will be on Thursday, March 26th at 7 p.m. You can experience spiritual practice and creative process. Materials will be provided for drawing mandalas, or you can work on your own project for this month's theme, Paying Attention. And finally, please register your kiddos for Peace Camp. That's going to be on July 27th through the 31st for 6 to 8 years old, or August 3 to 7 for 8 to 11 years old. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much. Please rise in body or in spirit to sing Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, number 361 in your gray hymnal. We will sing verses 1 and 3.
Rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in.
Good morning. I'm Amber Scott, your Director of Religious Exploration, and my pronouns are she, they. I'm a white femme millennial with wild and wonderful wavy hair. We gather on the stolen land of the Wyandotte, Miami, Seneca, Erie, Shawnee, Delaware, and Cayuga people, many of whom were forcibly removed. We support the Native American Indian Center of Central Ohio in their Land Back campaign and know that we have more to do to be in solidarity and true relationship with this land and those indigenous to it. Let us enter into the spirit of worship. Teacher to Teacher to Teacher by Black poet activist Atina O. Danner for Jay Cox. When you took the time to recognize what I was doing well, you were measuring water into the mouth of a desert-parched little girl. Now I carry a pitcher, treasured legacy in my hand. I offer witness, a voice to say, I see you. Affirm what you can do matters. Argue, you have something good to share. Thank you for those flowers planted, for my sacred mandate to scatter seeds into every crack in the concrete, into every unclenched opening hand. Our Peace Pals Children's Choir is now invited to come up front for a special performance of Let It Grow from the Dr. Seuss movie, The Lorax, with director Aaron Rothert. Thank you, Peace Pals. It is now time for our children to meet Nikki in the back to prepare to bring in the light. Everyone else, please turn to your neighbor and introduce yourself. It is now time for our children to bring in the light. Prayer for Living Intention by Joseph M. Cherry. If we have any hope of transforming the world and changing ourselves, we must be bold enough to step into our discomfort, brave enough to be clumsy there, loving enough to forgive ourselves and others. May we, as a people of faith, be granted the strength to be so bold, so brave, and so loving. Okay, go ahead. If you pull it in, that's a good way to put it out. Yeah, perfect. Cool, you can go sit down. Thank you. Thank you, Lincoln, for your help lighting our chalice. Today is an all-ages service. That means that there are no classes today, and everyone's invited to be in worship together for the whole service. We are going to be doing a special project later, and I need your help. Families are invited to pick up a busy bag, to check out the quiet activities in the We Worship area and Sloter Lounge, and toddler and infant care is still available in room 101. Today's story is called Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed. written by Emily Pearson and illustrated by Fumi Kasaka. Ordinary Mary was so very ordinary that you'd never guess she could change the world. This ordinary kid, she did. She changed the world. One ordinary day, skipping home, she passed a vacant lot filled with luscious, lovely blueberries. Ordinary Mary picked the berries and left them on Mrs. Bishop's porch. That sneaky kid, she did. This made Mrs. Bishop very happy. So, she baked a big batch of blueberry muffins and secretly gave 5 people who might have brought the berries a plate. How great. One was paperboy Billy Parker. He ate every crumb. Yum, yum. This made him so glad that the next 5 people got their newspapers handed right to them. One was Mr. Morey, who was so amazed that he smiled for 10 hours on the airplane and said, "Here, let me help you," to 5 different people with heavy bags. He still smiled, and they did too. One was Mario, whose little boy James stopped crying when Mr. Morey played peekaboo until their ride came. When they waved goodbye, Mario exclaimed, "How strange that a stranger would be so kind." The next day, when they were out shopping, he did something nice for 5 more people without stopping. One was Joseph at the produce stand. When he said, "I guess I counted wrong. I don't really need these oranges," little James reached out with an orange from their basket, and Mario put a coin in Joseph's hand. "Here, the oranges are on us." As Joseph shuffled to the bus, his heart was full and his eyes were wet. He did helpful things for the next 5 he met. One was Sahar, a college girl off to see the world, who stopped at Joseph's shop. When her bag broke and her things fell all out, she said, "Oh, what will I do?" Then Joseph said, "This is for you." And he gave her a new bag he'd woven in red, purple, and green. "Thank you," she said. "It's the loveliest bag I've ever seen." Sahara felt sunny as noon and just had to shine on 5 people soon. One was Sophia, whom she met on a boat, looking like the world might end, looking like someone without a friend. "What beautiful blue eyes," Sahar said, "the color of the flowers on your lovely dress." "Yes?" said Sophia. "Oh, yes," said Sahar. The beautiful blue eyes shed a happy tear, and when the boat trip was through, Sophia called 5 people to make them happy too. One was Tom, her son, the doctor, who was having a very hard day. "Hi," she said. "I love you, Tom." "How great to hear your voice," he sighed. "I always need my mom." Dr. Tom was so cheered that he bought big bunches of bright balloons for 5 young patients. One was Peter, a little boy who went home from the hospital that very day. Gratitude for the big bunch of bright balloons filled him and thrilled him and spilled out of him and onto the next 5 people he met. One was Eric, a teenage boy whose grocery sacks and such were too much. When one dropped on the sidewalk, Peter rushed over, saying, "Super Wheels to the rescue." Eric, no longer stressed, was very impressed and made a mental note that afternoon to help 5 people and do it soon. One was Dee, his 10-year-old sister who was shy. When Eric said, "Want to learn how to ride my skateboard?" she looked at him wide-eyed. "Seriously?" she cried. "Sure," he said, and because of her brother, Dee decided she could be a friend to another 5 others. One was Louise, a homeless woman who lived under the trees. She could hardly believe her ears when she heard Dee say, "May we buy you a hot dog and a drink over there?" Could it be true? Someone actually cared? Cared enough to give her food and a smiley-faced ring that was practically new. Louise was so pleased that she decided that even though she had nothing, she would find 5 others and give them something. One was Amara, who lost her wallet in the park. Louise found it full of 20s. What she could do with that money. But she called Amara's home, and over she came. Amara was so impressed that Eloise was honest. She offered her a job in her store and vowed to do something generous for 5 people or more. One was Kate, on vacation, hoping to see a show she heard was a sensation. "Oh no, is it sold out? I go home tomorrow." And Kate's face filled with sorrow. Amara offered her ticket. "I live here and I can go anytime. Take mine." Kate loved the show and was so touched, she thought buying presents for 5 people back home would be fun. One was a little heart necklace for Mary, her niece, and you should have seen her eyes light up in surprise. Ordinary Mary's extraordinary deed had come full circle and had changed the lives of every person living. You see, when Mrs. Bishop made muffins from Mary's blueberries and Paperboy Billy Parker and the other 4 people each made 5 more people smile, and those 5 did too, then after a while, in only 16 days, love was sent to every person everywhere. Just see how it went, if you like math. 30 billion is way more than all the people on the planet. So after everyone had a share and everybody knew somebody cared, there was even some love left over. The world was changed, and thousands and millions and billions agreed it was all because one ordinary day, ordinary Mary did a perfectly ordinary, stunningly earth-shaking, totally extraordinary deed. The end. This story reminds us that kindness changes everything. And if you still need to get some markers to decorate your sticker with, now's a good time to do that. Otherwise, please remain seated with your hands over your hearts as we sing From You I Receive, number 402, twice through, to sing our children back to their families and back to their seats.
From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live.
Pathway Clubhouse is a community-based psychosocial rehabilitation program for people who have mental illness. Opportunities for social interaction, developing relationships, education, employment, and building community are integral to the Clubhouse model. Clubhouse membership is lifelong and at the member's discretion. This empowering, whole-person approach began in New York in 1948. Through BREAD, First UU fought to bring Pathway Clubhouse to Columbus, and we continue to support their important work in our community. In addition to passing the basket, you can text to give, scan the QR code, or visit firstucolumbus.org/donate. Thank you for your generosity. If you have something on your mind or heart today, Sharon will be in Beach Hall after the service and will be happy to listen. We have some joys and sorrows from our community to share with you this morning, and there are 2 caring cards to sign in Beach Hall after the service. Our caring thoughts are sent to Jeannie Sperling, whose closest cousin, Janet, lost her husband during a flight from Barcelona to Atlanta due to a heart attack. Then, just a few days later, another cousin in the same family died of cancer. 2 funerals were held this past week within 2 days of each other in Myrtle Beach. Jeannie returns to Columbus this coming week. Our healing thoughts go out to Becky Test, who has had a mild stroke. She's at Riverside Hospital and will be undergoing a procedure today or tomorrow to address a small blockage. Becky welcomes prayers and healing thoughts. She is happy to receive cards, but is not up for calls or visitors at this time. And congratulations to Westerville South High Schooler Desmond Ducey, who wrote a full-length musical, including the script book, the lyrics, and the musical score. The finished production was presented on Thursday and Friday. In addition to writing the play, Desmond directed and choreographed the show, ended up acting in it, oversaw and worked on the design and creation of the set, the costumes, and the props. In lieu of a card, if you see Desmond or his very proud mom, Nikki, express your sincere congratulations. Way to go, Desmond. Fragility, Divinity by Jill Beth Sweeney Schulteis. We are fragile. We are not broken. We are imperfect. We are not flawed. We are curious. We are not confused. We are vulnerable. We are not weak. We are of this earth, and yet the divine lives in us. When I feel as if I am going to break, I am the most human. When I embrace my fragility, I let you into my imperfect world. I will now ring our temple bell for a moment of silence together, and after a beat, I will ring it again to bring us back out of silence. Thank you. Next, we're going to sing a hymn, and during this hymn, we are going to pass some baskets that have pieces of colorful ribbon, and I invite you to pick out 2 or 3 pieces that we're going to use for a project a little bit later in the service. So Nikki's going to start the baskets down the rows here. Please rise as you're willing and able to sing Come Sing a Song With Me, number 346. We will sing verses 1 and 2.
A song with me, come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine, and I with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
In the Beginning by Nancy Schaefer. Kate is teaching the kids about dinosaur air. That air you breathe, that air you have inside you every time you take a breath, that's dinosaur air, she says. Dinosaurs breathed it. The kids' eyes are very wide. They take deep gulps of air just to have more dinosaur air inside them. The air we have is all the air we will ever have, Kate says. So we have to take good care of it. The kids gulp less, consider the air already inside. Kate tells more. Actually, she says, we're all cousins. The kids look at each other, disbelieving, believing. You? We, all of us, Kate says, way back, began as cousins, way back in the beginning. The kids whoop, clap each other on the back. For the rest of the day, they savor air and call each other cousin. In an uncertain world, we have the opportunity to call on our shared values to make a difference. Our congregation's young people spend time thinking about how to apply our values out in the world almost every Sunday, in classes like Spirit Play, Neighboring Faiths, Our Whole Lives, Coming of Age, Roots and Wings, Navigator Scouts, Peace Pals, and Youth Group. We are very fortunate to have a community where we can be ourselves, learn about each other, and find ways to carry that love out into our broader community, to help dismantle racism, transphobia, and so many other forms of ignorance and hate, and to work for peace and worthy causes like preserving democracy and ending hunger. Now it's time for our project. Our community is magical, but it takes all of us to create that magic. And today, I need your help creating some blessings and spells. In just a moment, we are going to pass out some gold magic wands, just like this, and you'll have the opportunity to tie the ribbon that you chose onto your wand and decorate it. You can choose whether you want to tie your ribbon from the end to keep the pieces longer, or from the middle to give your wand more short strands to make it a little bushier. While you tie your ribbons on, I invite you to think about the changes that you would like to make in the world. Nathan is going to play some music while we're working, and then I'm going to call you back with the sound of this chime to let you know how we're going to use our magic wands. All right. Now that you've gotten your wand put together, you might still be working, but at least you've got it started, and you're charging it up with some special magic for the changes that you'd like to see in the world. I'm going to invite you to use it. Making a difference in the world starts with being kind to ourselves and being kind to one another. So we are going to practice kindness by creating spells and blessings for each other. The way that you will do this is to turn to your neighbor and give them a genuine compliment. So I might say, Aaron, you're great at singing, and I love the kindness that you show to our young people in Peace Pals. Or I might say, Myra, I love your positive attitude and how you go out of your way to make me laugh and smile every Sunday. Let's take a few moments to try it. You might even want to try giving a spell or a blessing or a genuine compliment to yourself. I'll call us back in a few minutes using the sound of the chime to get your attention. All right, everyone. Thank you for practicing kindness with me using your magic wands. I hope you will continue to practice more after the service. Your wand is yours to keep and to use or to give to a friend. But if you don't need more things in your life and you don't want to hold on to it, you can also turn it back in after the service for us to reuse. Thank you for helping me to make some magic. Can You Believe by Sean Parker Dennison. Can you believe in a world where no one is turned away for being wrong? Can you believe in a world where mistakes are simply ways of learning? Can you believe in a place where you can feel the lightness of not knowing? Can you believe there is room enough at the table for you and for the one you call enemy? Can you believe in the improvisational nature of mystery and irrational compassion? Can you believe that training you to be a devil's advocate was a way of stealing your tenderness? Can you believe that you can get your tenderness back and become a collaborator with love? Please rise and embody your spirit to sing Let It Be a Dance, number 311. And during the song, I invite you to move your body and dance with your magic wand.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with singing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. As I will learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need to reap the harvest with the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to spin. And feel the rhythm with the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born as old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning stars come out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance.
Lineage of Magic by Atina O'Danner. Where does your magic come from? Can you recount the lineage of your power? How we wield the wisdom of our elders and ancestors matters. to know that their spells are our spells, to recognize when we speak their incantations. We must learn to own, for better or worse, that their power is our power. If I name the generations and acknowledge every predecessor, could my faith survive knowing the name of my teacher's teacher's teacher? Can I face all the ways my knowledge, which is power, traveled from hand to hand to hand? Be suspicious of power cut off from its source. Knowing is power, and naming is power. How can you measure what you cannot acknowledge? How can we wisely wield what we cannot perceive? What can be solved which is not believed? How will you learn the history of your magic? Learn the names, and speak the names, and know the lessons, and teach the names. Earning is a part of learning. It keeps us from stealing and from clumsily, harmfully wielding. Now, if you so choose, you're welcome to rise and connect with a neighbor by holding hands to extinguish our chalice together. Or, use your wand to summon the spirit. All right. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of vision, as we go forth. Let us heal and transform ourselves and our world through reason and love. Please join me in singing number 368, Now Let Us Sing, which will close our service and be followed by a piano postlude from Nathan to accompany our exit. After this, I hope you'll join me in Jacques and Beach Hall to do our project with the beans. The first step is, of course, finish your sticker if you haven't yet, but you can turn it in even if you're not going to stay, and then we'll talk about what's next.
Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the joy within. Sing to the power of the joy within.